So two more bridges is whereabouts are these? Sorry, I haven't really like checked into it or anything, but
The Convoy won.
On CPAC, they're doing question period February 15th. So I think Trudeau's in.
Okay, there you go. Text chat is open now on this channel. Got to watch CPAC. The Liberals are getting shredded on CPAC there.
Yeah, I'm watching it as well. Yeah, they're getting hammered.
And it's funny because all the Liberals can do is rag on the Conservatives, saying, "You support the convoy. You support the convoy." You know, oh, you said this about the convoy. That's all the Liberals are saying. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Liberals aren't saying anything. You know what? As far as this emergency order, I think they said that PEI is against that order. Nova Scotia is against that order. Quebec is against the emergency order. Manitoba is against the emergency order. Saskatchewan is against the emergency order. Alberta is against the emergency order. Apparently Trudeau doesn't listen. Yeah, copy that. Convoy to Ottawa. Yeah, we've allowed texting in the group here, so we'll just monitor the texting. And yeah, we may very well have somebody brought in here as a moderator, so watch closely that you might be brought in as a moderator. That will allow you to speak.
Boys, I got eyes on your 6 at the borders when possible.
Yeah, correct. Only moderators can speak, but the chat is opened up. We'll leave the chat opened up here as long as it's not being abused. Yeah, and no advertising other channels. Apparently, people are opening up other channels that have nothing to do with this or nothing to do with the group here. So please do not advertise any other channels, or else you will be blocked. Yeah, Fuji, come up on the microphone there. Let's hear you.
Hey, coming to you from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, you can come up on the mic there and talk whenever you want there now. So, but just don't abuse any power. Don't be deleting or blocking people arbitrarily. Only block people if they're making trouble.
Queen Bee 444 here. Let's not create panic on any level here, guys. Saying remove your children and stuff. There are updates going on a constant on this channel, so just keep on the updates and show your support and keep it peaceful, and we'll all be good. All right, so let's just keep it peaceful, guys.
Yeah, there's, like it is extremely peaceful in Ottawa. You've got the liberal people that go, oh no, I'm scared to walk outside. But they're always scared to walk outside, and there's always like street people and homeless people and undesirable people walking on the streets of Ottawa. They're there all the time, just like any major city. So yeah, it's not unsafe for children, that's for sure. Just keep your kids with you when you're walking around. Yeah, Boots. You don't advertise another channel in here. Period. Boots. Boots, I've removed moderator rights from you because you're trying to advertise another group that you guys started up and you want people to go over there. I understand that. But unfortunately, nobody told me anything about it. I know nothing about it. And I think it's wrong for you to come into a channel and advertise some other channel. So for that reason, you're going to be blocked right out of here, Boots.
Queen Bee 444 here. Look, Les already said that there was peace going on in Ottawa, so let's just go with that. If you're going to continue to cause panic with parents, we will be prohibiting you from talking. We're trying to focus on positivity here, and unfortunately, that's negative. Whether your opinion is that. We just want to stay positive, guys, and we know there are children down there. We have bouncy houses that you've seen that we've placed down there, and until there's a real evidence of threat or whatever, just keep that out of the conversation, please. Thank you.
Conk, where did you get the stolen trailer thing?
Yeah, I think everyone should subscribe to Viva Frei, VIVAFREI, to his YouTube channel. And yeah, he has an interview with Ben Ditcher on there, but he also has a pretty good blog on there today where he brought on a lawyer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I got interrupted with a phone call there. But anyways, Viva is really, really good. You want to watch him because he has really good insight into the Emergencies Act and everything else. And from what I'm seeing Parliament-wise, it's going to be pretty slim if he's going to be able to push that emergencies thing through Parliament. So we'll see.
Viva is also a recognized lawyer who's given up the discipline but still is very much in tune with practice. He's based out of Montreal and has turned to spreading the word and answering questions related to freedom movements, and he's based out of Montreal, so you might want to give him a listen.
Yeah, everyone in the channel here, if you don't know, chat is opened up. So look at the text chat. The chat is open on this channel, Convoy to Ottawa. Okay, so I have a question. The police chief of Ottawa resigned. I didn't hear why he resigned, but I think this is my thought is that, and I know because I was in Ottawa and I talked to an awful lot of the police that were there and I interacted with them, and the vast majority of them are for the protest. They're against the mandates, and they are totally okay with the protesters being there. So I'm just wondering if the police chief is also of that same thought, that he is pro protests and anti lockdowns. And is that why he quit? Is that really why he quit? I don't know.
That's insightful, but I would say that's a negative. What we're seeing here based in Ottawa, so I'm in the west end of Ottawa, there is tremendous amount of I would say, community pressure that you probably are not seeing on the interwebs that's related to the lack of leadership and failure to deliver, especially with regards to the truckers and how they're blocking streets in the downtown core. If you know anything about Ottawa, we call them the Gleevites, folks that live downtown core, very vocal, very liberal, very social in terms of getting the message out there. You probably saw that with the the anti-protest there. But I think there was a lot of internal pressure, and some are even asking, who's next, the mayor. But this is the last term for the Ottawa mayor, Jim Watson. He has already stated prior to this that he was not going to be seeking re-election. So he's got nothing to lose. He'll be leaving on his own account.
Yeah, copy that. Copy that. Well, no, I was just thinking that because I watched him doing his interviews the whole time, and he always had a face he was almost ready to cry every time he did an interview. And it was almost like he didn't want to be there, and he didn't want to be doing those interviews, and didn't want to be doing those updates for whatever reason. But he resigned. I heard through the internet here that some other attaché, some senior person along with him also resigned. I'm not sure. Didn't get any verification on that at all, but I'll have to check to see who else resigned.
It was a staff sergeant did actually resign in Ottawa a few days ago. I took my hand off the mic. There was a staff sergeant that resigned.
Okay, copy that. So that's true. Okay, so that's 2 have resigned there already. Well, yeah, and this emergency order act is not. All right, is it in effect? Is it in effect today? Is it in effect yet? I don't know. I think we need some clarification on that. Or is it in effect now and they're going to vote to get rid of it, potentially? So I'm not too sure on that. Yeah, go ahead there, Jocko.
Yeah, thanks. I think one thing to keep in mind, I'm watching this police board thing. The new guy might be a little more aggressive than the old guy.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a process where the federal government had to talk to the provincial leaders to see what their take was. But of course, Trudeau, being himself, just rejects anything that anybody has to say. And you've got a lot of the provinces that are against this whole thing, but Trudeau doesn't care because he doesn't listen anyway. Has to pass through the House. Yeah, that's what I thought. Has to pass through the House first. Must be done within 7 days. So this is not enforced yet, but at some point it might.
Yeah, I think it passed about half an hour ago or something like that. So it's enacted. So basically everything that they can do, they're going to do, is my guess, because that's why they enacted this emergency legislation. So it's going to get a little bit dicier. Like, I wouldn't assume that the way things have been are the way they're going to be in the future.
Has to go through the House of Commons first. I already spoke to my MP for this area. It has not been passed through yet. It's so they do have to follow a process.
Again, I think we want to remind everyone, let's not spread assumptions. Let's make sure it's fact-based. Facts, nothing else.
I think the other senior officers are taking over from the chief by the sounds of it. Like, he hasn't officially resigned until after this meeting is, I think, when it takes effect. She's just saying they've got all the 1,800 officers that they've asked for, and they're setting up a new command center. So not everybody's in place yet.
My concern with the new measure is one of the provisions where it says the government can restrict movement in specific areas. So think about that for a moment. All of the wonderful coverage we've been getting, not from mainstream media or legacy media, as they call it, but it's from live stream, open and honest, transparent discussions. Would that mean that during an operation, the government can deem that no one other than the police force themselves can be located within that region? So therefore, the transparency and the open and honest dialogue that happens will not be captured.
Well, I think they're pretty clear that, it's going to be police officers that move in. And there's a whole bunch of financial tools they're looking to flex their muscle on too. So that could squeeze people first.
Copy that. Yeah, Miss TLS. Yeah, get on the microphone.
I think the other thing about the banks is they're looking at people's vehicle licenses as well, and seizing vehicles and the like. So that's another issue.
I just want to send a shout out to our American brothers and sisters. Miigwech, which means thank you in my Cree language. We really appreciate your help and your support, as we will scratch your back when it's time to. And to all the truckers out there that are still on the road, honk honk, thank you for your service. And hold the line, guys that are in Ottawa. Miigwech.
Yeah, at least vehicles are going to be a different story, aren't they? Like, basically, government seizes it, still belongs to the leasing company. I have no idea what those leases look like. You're still going to be on the hook, I think. Like, the leasing company is going to be suing you. So, no idea. That could be a shit show in its own right. Yeah, but so if you screw over your leasing company and you need a truck, what do you do?
What kept me awake last night was the idea that if they're going to move forward against truckers, probably the only way to do it would be to have a certain amount of officers lined up at every truck individually. Strength in numbers isn't existing when you're all sleeping.
I'm just curious as to how we deal with people that are not with us on this. There are a couple people voicing how they feel about the United States people staying out and get your children out. What do we do with that, Les?
Well, if you see undesirable comments, just mute them.
I tried to, but it doesn't give me that option. It just gives me the option to bounce them, so I don't know what the scoop is on that. It was more Canada Muzz there, if you want to read the paragraph that person left there.
Well, you should be able to, but bounce doesn't work because all you're doing is bouncing them out of the room and they come right back in the room. But you have to delete them if you don't like them, if you can't mute or if mute isn't working. Not well, it's not delete, but it's called block.
Well, I was trying not to block them literally so that they can just think and sit and not comment like that again. I was just trying to mute them, but it doesn't give me that option for this person, so I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if they're a mod or what the case is, but anyways, I'll just leave it for now.
Well, you can only block somebody if they're in the room. So what they'll do is they'll make a comment and then they'll leave the room, and you can't block them at that point, I think.
Yeah, I just snagged them if you saw that last comment there.
10-4 looks good. That's funny. Guy comes in here and says, "I don't want freedom," basically. Go figure.
Yeah, I just didn't want to block because that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to let people say what they mean and mean what they say or whatever the case is. It's unappreciative if you're trying to cause havoc in the room, you know. So just keep it positive as much as possible, and things will go smooth. And go truckers, go! And thank you everyone for the great comments that you are leaving. This is great, guys.
Well, I would say I see that Freedom Beetle. Does anyone know how they're going to even get a hold of our insurance? Well, the government can do whatever they want. Government has a lot of power. But if you are afraid, then don't be there. Don't stay. You know, that's about all I can say is do what you feel comfortable doing. Nobody is going to tell you what to do. Don't listen to anybody telling you what to do. You are your own person. You will make your own decisions. So if you think that you're safe and you're okay, fine. If you think that you're going to get in trouble and you don't want to, then you need to make a decision. But above all, don't let anybody else tell you what to do. You decide what you're going to do.
I'm just listening to the deputy chief here talking about aggressive removal tactics. Anybody downtown in the zone, be ready for tear gas at some point.
Well, okay, this protest is no different than any other protest that you see across Canada. It doesn't matter whether you're blockading a train track or blockading a bridge in BC or whatever. They all end the same way. The police move in, the police start arresting, and then everybody else says, okay, we don't want to get arrested, we'll move out. And I perceive that this will probably go down in a similar manner, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, guys, and if you have something to say with links, we really appreciate links. They just better be good links, that's all. Just to verify what you're saying would be perfect, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, if you go to Brant for Liberty on Facebook, Brant for Liberty on Facebook or Twitch TV, twitch.tv, Brant for Liberty, you'll see he's got, usually got about 10 feeds up there at one time. Some of them are earlier and some of them are live. Like right now, live feeds, you got Zot is live, Machines Everywhere is live, Stunt Dummy is live, Mr. Biker is, oh no, he's not live. Whatever, there's a bunch of them live. To do it, go on YouTube and just search for the word Ottawa, and then refine the search with the filter by clicking on live, and then you'll come up with all the live feeds. That's how you do it. Yeah, good point there, Rock. Bully vaxxed, yeah, that's a term that I haven't heard, but I think it's appropriate.
So, Perfy, I think the tactic that you're going to start seeing is they're going to start cutting off supplies. So, no more camp out. It's going to be a siege on the truckers.
Yeah, 10-4, yeah. Yeah, just go ahead. Don't even worry. Don't even ask. Just do it. I see. Yeah, TK, step up to the mic there, TK.
Yeah, thank you for giving me that option and for turning on the text. Um, I'm tied to two countries. I'm tied to the United States and I'm tied to Canada. I have family in both. My aunts, my cousins, my grandparents all reside or have resided in Canada, and I consider it my second home. So I have a very strong interest in what happens to Canada as well as the United States.
Lizzie was blocked for saying that everyone should go to jail. That's why she was blocked.
Yeah, the new chief, he's very, very clear. He's going to get aggressive with anybody who's on our side. Within the force, I mean.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, if you can hear my voice out there, you want to put the app called Zello, Zello, on your phone. Put Zello on your phone, and then find the channel called Convoy to Ottawa. The channel is called Convoy to Ottawa. So go directly to Zello and put Convoy to Ottawa on your phone, and then you'll be able to listen to everything that's going on. You won't have to rely on Reddit to hear us. Yeah, there's no hope in hell that I would ever have thought that would have turned into this, but I knew that on pretty much the first day that of the convoy, I knew that it would be big. I knew that it would be really big, and yeah, it's gone worldwide, no doubt about that. But you know, everyone is still safe. Everyone is still protected. Everyone is still protesting peacefully, and you know, whatever happens, I guess will happen. But I think the word is out. I think the message has been sent, and the message has been received by Trudeau. And Trudeau has now put up a big fight. Okay, it's a big fight going on now, started by Trudeau.
I'll say hello and have a beautiful afternoon, and I'm pretty sure Trudeau was really scared.
Yeah, well, if the message has been sent, how long do we stay? That's a good question. You can stay as long as you want or as little as you want, I guess. It's up to you. You're in control of yourself. Nobody is, of course, I have heard people say, hold your ground, whatever, and things like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you are your own individual. You do what you want to do. Do not let anybody else tell you what to do. But you see what's going on, and you will know when the time is right to leave, I guess. That's right. Do not create any violence. What the government is looking for is violence, and if they can say that you are violent, right now they can say that you're racist, yeah, big deal. Right now they can say you're a terrorist, yeah, big deal. Right now they can say that you're a misogynist, yeah, big deal. But the moment that violence happens, that's when the police can move in and really start taking things to task. So absolutely, nobody should become violent. And again, I'm not a spokesman. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, be careful and use your own judgment. Don't say he told me to do it and that's why I'm in jail because some guy told me to do something. No, you're in control of your own destiny.
So they will make arrests for the last people there. Just make sure you got your lawyer lined up beforehand. Don't be like trying to find the cash for the lawyer when you're already in jail and the government has seized all your assets.
Well, as I've said from the beginning, this is a political problem, and the actual solution is a political solution. We're coming to the end of this thing, and Trudeau is basically dug in. Same thing as his father would do. He's dug in, and he's going to use the police to try and bash heads, is what it appears to be, as opposed to going through diplomatic channels and talking to people. But Trudeau refuses to talk to the truckers, and he's just going to use brute force. So it's pretty obvious what's going on. Yeah, I posted that photo on Sunday, but there you go. There's the first vehicle to be commandeered by police and removed. Yeah, I was watching Trudeau getting heckled while he was trying to defend his Emergencies Act. Yeah, he got heckled really bad, and that was epic. I don't know, but like I'm in Edmonton here, sitting watching what's going on and watching what Trudeau does, and it doesn't matter what it is that Trudeau does. I don't like what he's doing. It's anything that he's doing. It's absolutely against Canadians. Every single thing that he touches does. Every bill that the Liberals put in. It's all. The Liberal way of thinking is just plain so tainted. It's like it's un-Canadian.
May I ask a silly question? Not sure if I'll get a silly answer. Why do people text so much on here when kind of the idea of it all is to communicate verbally to one another?
Well, honestly, I used to hate the text feature at first. It's not that old. They only introduced it a couple of years ago. I used to hate it at first. But, I don't know, it's just another feature. Not everybody can always mic up. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's definitely weird on the talking app, but
Yeah, I think the actual answer you want is only a mod can talk in this group. there's like over 90,000 people that have subscribed to this group. So like right now there's whatever, maybe 800 people in here. But you can't have 800 people all trying to talk at the same time. So only people like you with mod status can talk. Otherwise, anyone can chat in the text chat.
Huh. I didn't know that somebody made me a mod. I never asked to be. Interesting. Okay.
Well, it's because you're a nice guy.
Aw, that's the nicest thing anybody said all day long. All week long, for that matter.
Welcome to the upper echelon.
The reason I brought that up is because obviously when you're driving, you shouldn't be reading, and I'm kind of driving right now on some roads that I shouldn't be reading it on.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, hang on there. Canadian Medic, I'll bring you up to the mic there.
Maddie, just be careful with your language there, okay? We don't swear that much on here, okay? Sorry.
Yeah, interesting question there, Boychuk. Kind of defeats the purpose of communicating when only a select few can participate. How does one attain the privileged status of mod? It's not a privileged status. It's a, let's say that you're a troll, okay? What it does is it prevents a troll from speaking. So when you have people that can talk and are, with the program, that's good. But if somebody just comes in here to play music or just cause trouble, well, that's the reason the room is not completely open. Because if this room was completely open, it would be a useless room because it would be trolls playing music and causing trouble, right? So that's why we're doing that. But Boychuk, come up to the mic, okay? Come up to the mic.
Yeah, no, sorry, I wasn't even thinking. No, like I said when I brought up, can we just take a second to talk about what happened in Windsor and how we lost that fight and how we lost the line? I'm kind of speechless as to what happened and whatnot.
Well, you got to look at it as kind of a loss, but not really. I'm not sure how much of the live Facebook feeds you're watching, but I mean, it was pretty ugly on Saturday and into Sunday. I mean, the police had quite a show of force, and you knew it was going to come down to it. But if you look at it this way, they still kept that bridge shut down for almost another 36 to 40 hours after they took control back. And part of their idea was, is that the protesters were supposedly ruining the businesses, obstructing the businesses. Well, now they've got everything barricaded. People can't even get into the businesses over there. So who's hurting the businesses now?
Hey guys, I just posted a lengthy video of the protest in Toronto at the G20, and it'll outline what it looks like to be at the receiving end of police when they're told what to do to clear the space. It's on CBC. Don't come down on me for that. But it's real video. and real people and a real story there. Yeah, it's the auto sector in Windsor. They actually are they've filed court injunctions against guys that were on the line there. We know that one for sure.
Yeah, I saw a couple of the people that posted their citations that they were issued. I've got videos of at least 5 people been taken down, 2 of them fairly brutally, which was completely uncalled for. That older gentleman that received the concussion, that's not cool.
He basically shut down Ford, General Motors, Toyota. That's who you're fighting in this thing. So they've lined up their lawyers they're going to go after.
And if any of you hadn't heard me talk in the last couple weeks on here when I had been on, I am from the States. I'm not a Canadian. I did get some word they are organizing the convoys down here. I think it's a little bit later than it should be, but maybe they'll move it up. I don't know, but it sounds like it's going to be March 3rd and 4th. They'll start getting everything motivated out of the upper Midwest, out of the Dakotas, and through. I've got kind of like a detailed list of all the stops.
Hey Les, you got ears on? Can you mod up Maharu or Maria? I think it'll show as Maharu, MAHURRU or MAHA, Maharu. There she is, right in the text field. Thanks, Les. There you go, Maria.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh, Alchemy, you're here too. Hi, Alchemy. Coach, muchas gracias.
Hello, hello.
And Les, thank you very much.
Yes, grande, Les, grande.
Eminem, Maria, and Mental Alchemy. What's going on?
I'm just listening to a counselor on this live stream from the police board in Ottawa. His people are fucking pissed. These guys are going to go after whoever is fucking around.
Hey, you need to watch what you're saying there. You're going to get reprimanded. There are other people watching, so we try to keep it down. Please keep the language down.
My apologies.
Afternoon, everyone. And we all knew going into this, they weren't going to give us our freedoms back easily. It was going to be a fight. We knew that going in.
About the swearing thing, like it's not about being like Justin, it's about respect. And we just need to have respect for everybody here. I know we slip and swear, but like saying the F word here and the F word there and everything, we just want to try and control it. It has nothing to do with how we're trying to be like Justin. It's called respect. And that is something that Canadians need to learn again, I guess, if they're going to not respect how we want, people to talk on here is all.
Miigwech, Queen Bee. I appreciate that sentiment. Thank you.
That wasn't directed at you. It was somebody else that had comment about it being, oh, don't be like Justin with rules. That's not what we're aiming at here is all. I wasn't coming at you, buddy.
All good. No worries. I do have a salty tongue, though.
Trust me, you don't know how much I want to swear on here, but I can't. And it's been a real eye-opener for me as to actually how potty mouth my mouth is. And I had to work on it because, yeah, I got booted a couple times for swearing and then had to explain it. So it's just, like I said, it's just everybody, there's religious people in here that don't like swearing. There's children sometimes, it's just a respect thing is all. That's all. Miigwech to you too as well.
Hey, Queen Bee, I got to ask you, are you a beekeeper by chance, or did you just pick that name?
No, actually, I don't even, if I'd have known that this is what I was getting into, I wouldn't even have chose that name because I actually hate it when it comes to all of this. I tell people my real name that I'm close to because I don't want them calling me that. It's just, it was just a nickname I had received throughout my life. Um, and it was cohesive to this and all these channels they were trying to get me on. So I just used it. I actually wish I could change it because I actually hate being called queen, to be honest.
10-4. I'm a part-time beekeeper as well.
Wicked. We so need that because as many people know, we're losing our bees. And if you take the bees out of our ecosystem, we're thoroughly screwed. So miigwech for that.
How many hives do you have there? Like how many pounds per year does that produce? I'm interested in wax and stuff.
Well, this last summer I bumped myself up in production. I invested quite a bit more in colonies. I was up, I think I had 103 or 104 colonies that I was running. This winter has been pretty wicked. I'm in Wisconsin. It hasn't been super cold, but the fall was not good to us. It was just too warm, too long. And I've lost about 60% of my hives already. I'm down to 40 living colonies as of this last weekend.
That's not good. Not good at all.
They're a pretty difficult pet to keep. It's provides quite a challenge at times.
But a nice reward at the end, no doubt.
Oh, and you asked about how much honey. This year was actually a very good honey production year. 21 was because of the drought we had down here. The rain didn't wash away the nectars, and the bees were able to really gather during the main nectar flow. Out of those 9, I think I had about 85 or 90 honey producing colonies. I produced about 6,500 pounds, which was a very good ratio.
It's a lot of toast. What do you do with all that stuff?
Sell it at farmers markets and basically off my front porch. And I've got a pretty big following down here in Wisconsin. I've been doing it for about 7, 8, 9 years now. So I've got quite a cult following in my county, and they keep me busy. I gotta keep making the honey because they're hungry for it.
Hey, I bought a jar of of this stuff from Costco. It's kind of a marmalade type thing in a pretty big jar, and it's got like some, I don't know, lemons in it and honey and stuff like that. But I only ate a little bit of it, and I noticed that there's a kind of a white, I don't know, surface. The surface of it is kind of turned white a little bit. Is that harmful? That type of, it might be mold or something, white mold or something on it. What do you have to say about that? I thought honey was supposed to keep that from happening.
Might be a little bit suspect if it came from Costco. There could be other stuff in it, not just pure honey.
Oh, I know. It's called honey, citron, and ginger. Okay, flavored tea base is what it is. So it's got everything in there. But like I just bought it a little while ago, but it seems like it's got that little bit of mold forming on the surface of it, which is kind of unusual for something with honey in it.
Hey, Queen, I have somebody messaging me asking for permission to be able to speak on here. I directed her to you.
That's not my call. That's Les's call. And I don't think there's any admins on this channel anymore. I'm not too sure where that's at. So that's the best. If you want to give him the information and he can mod them up to speak, that's what I think he requires, is to speak and go that route. Sorry, I missed that.
Get back to the honey question. If it looks like mold, I don't know if you had double dipped a spoon into the jar, but if it was a type of honey that they put a fruit in, it's possible that once you opened it up to the air, bacteria could grow. But I always tell people, just keep your fingers out of the jar and don't double dip your spoon, unless you're going to finish the jar real quickly. I mean, I got a bad habit of licking the edge of the jar off, but that's just my jar. It's the only me in the house, so I'm the only one polluting my stuff, but it's not sitting around for that long.
Yeah, I copy that. Yeah, just to quickly cop up that conversation. Yeah, I just looked at it again because I kind of scraped the surface of it off, like the little bit that I could see on there with the spoon. But yeah, I opened it up again there just now, and I see a little bit more growing on the surface there. So it doesn't appear to be right in. So whatever. I think it's just scraped the surface, and the rest of it is still good. Okay, there's a few people with questions about joining here or being able to speak. Yeah, don't text anybody. Don't PM them or whatever. If you want to do anything in this group here, you have to get into the chat and chat a little bit. And those people that chat a lot and look like they're maybe real might have a chance to get up to the mic.
Ron, I'm very much interested about Give and Go. Can you give us an update? I'm very much interested.
Okay, Ron, give your story.
So it looks like they left some images that were able to get hacked. And so what people do is they typically have those images that sit somewhere else on the internet. And I guess someone was able to get into where they store them, and they replaced one of the images with some Java files that allowed them to redirect people. And at the same time, once the site was down, they were able to access that database. But I don't know if they got any other of the campaigns, just the Freedom Convoy one.
Is it possible that it was CSIS or RCMP?
I mean, yeah, everything's possible, but like this is something that's pretty basic that anybody could do. It kind of unfortunately means that Give Send Go wasn't really doing their best work.
Well, Give Send Go was based on a small community church, and they started it, and then what's that guy who had the court who found innocent because he shot somebody during the riots, Black Lives Matter riots or whatever they call it. Anyway, so they really never counted on having such a big turnout, and that it was a small place for $500-600. It wasn't a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that these things are hard, and I guess they didn't, like you said, like they didn't expect to have millions of people come in there. But even today, there was another site that was set up to help connect you to donate to the truckers' families, and even that got shut down. So someone's out there just really keeping an eye on these people.
I wish we can find some. Am I allowed to say hackers, white hats, black hats, that can protect these entities that believe in freedom as much as the truckers believe in freedom?
Hey, I'm here, so you just let me know where to go.
Okay, Ron, they need protection. If you can help them out and find how people are getting into there and close the back door, that will be, I'm sure they will be grateful for that. I mean, we need to figure out how to get the money to they united Canada and USA. I never seen Canada united in my life like this. And we need to keep them going, because if they give up, then we are done.
Who's Canada United? What's the problem?
Do you understand what I'm saying, Ron?
Oh yeah, I understand, and I think that that's the biggest thing is that as long as we have an opportunity to really back the people up here and plug those holes in the internet, then who's stopping us? Honestly, we should be thinking about cryptocurrency because that stuff is pretty secure.
No, there's some controversy over cryptocurrency. I would highly not suggest that right now. But on that note, Scott, what did you say? Now I lost my train of thought there. Sorry, I got to look back. Oh, Les had said that he had heard, yeah, people are now going down because they don't know who to trust and bringing cash to the truckers because then they know it goes straight to them. So that might not be such a bad idea. I just wanted to point that out. Thanks.